If you're an event planner, venue owner, or a service provider that is currently looking for a way to grow and organize your event industry business, you've been trying to figure out what's going to be the best CRM to help you with growing, and you've seen possibly HoneyBook or Eventeny on social media, and you're trying to figure out which platform is going to be the best platform for you. Today, I'm going to tell you what are the differences between both platforms to help you with deciding the best fit for your company. Because ultimately, the best way to be able to make the decision is to understand how each one serves different types of event businesses. Hi, everybody. My name is Jessie. With Green Eyed Ambition, we talk about all of the unsexy things about running your business, but mostly to give you tips and tools to be able to grow and scale. This video is really intended to help you with talking about two platforms I genuinely love, but it depends on the type of event business you have that's going to help you deciding which one's going to be the best one for you. If you are someone that's currently having a challenge with managing bookings or receiving payments and client workflows, I want to talk about how either one of these platforms is going to help support you. Statistically, 82% of small business owners are experiencing challenges with managing everyday administrative tasks inside of their business. So if you find yourself spending hours chasing after payments, manually sending invoices, or just struggling with client contracts, you're not alone. This is where HoneyBook has a solution for you. HoneyBook is great because it allows for you to deal with automations to make it easy and seamless to stay on top of follow-ups, as well as being proactive with sending necessary documents to your clients. It's not just a platform for sending contracts or just getting paid. You have the ability to get contracts signed as well as getting paid, but also building out your whole client experience from inquiry to offboarding your client. It is extremely client friendly where they can pay and communicate with you all in one centralized location. And let's not forget about the workflows that are going to save you time as well as helping you guide your clients through the client experience. I find that when people are doing things manually inside of their business, their client is leading the way and it's not you. So typically they're the ones making outreach because we don't have the ability when we're doing it manually to stay on top of those behaviors. However, if you have a business that is finding a challenge in managing vendors and ticketing because you are organizing events, this is where Eventeny is going to be your solution. I have had over the years people ask, hey, Jessie, I am going to be doing X event. What platform should I be using to manage my event? There's another platform on here that I'm not going to say, but it starts with the E and it ends with an I. And the thing about it is that it doesn't fully encompass all of the great things that allow for you to advertise and market your business. Statistically, 65% of event planners say vendor coordination is their biggest challenge. And I will definitely counter that. The challenge can be finding vendors that are going to either vend at your events, communicating to them, making sure that for food trucks and things like that, depending on the type of events you're organizing, having those people give you the documents that you need, paying vendor fees if that's necessary, or whatever you're needing to have communicated back and forth. Now, if you're running large scale events, markets, or festivals, you probably need something beyond a CRM. This is where Eventeny can be a game changer inside of your business. The thing that really wowed me when I first found out about Eventeny was the ability for vendor applications and management to be in one location, because I've seen it where people are using different Google forms and things like that for people to sign up, but then now you're having to chase them down to pay their vendor fees and all of this other stuff that makes event organizing sometimes a headache. But with inside of Eventeny, it allows for you to collect applications, accept vendors, and manage booth assignments. I fell in love with the feature that would allow for you to find an event, and once you go into that event, it will allow for you to see inside of the place where the vendors are, and then before you go to that event, you can even look up their websites and things like that. I thought that was amazing because on any other platform, it would just list the vendors and you never know really anything about those vendors, where Eventeny has a great interface for people that are looking for your events to see where vendors are located. In addition, there is integrated ticketing. So you have the ability to sell tickets, track sales, and handle event check-ins all in one platform. So it's not just a platform that you're putting your event on that you're marketing. You heard me right. This is not just a platform for you to market your event. This is essentially allowing for you to organize not only your vendors, but allow for your attendees, if you're selling tickets, to buy tickets. And then when people are checking in, they can also check in through this specific app. Another beautiful thing about this platform is that it allows for you to do sponsorship and revenue tracking. So it helps you ensure that you're managing your sponsorships and understanding how much money came in through that event, which is valuable specifically for event organizers that may be hired by townships or cities, or you may be hired to help a specific brand with organizing a market event or expo. You want to be able to have that data very accessible. By now, you've probably been able to hear some of the clear differences between both platforms. That's why I love both platforms. It just depends on what type of business and what type of events you're usually participating in or organizing. So you may be thinking, if it's not clear to you, you may be thinking which platform is the right one for you. So it really comes down to, what is your business model? So if you're a wedding planner, corporate event planner, or a small business provider, HoneyBook is going to be the best fit for you. On the other end, if you're an event organizer, a festival coordinator, or community market host, Eventeny is going to be a great option for you. One of the things that I'm even talking about on one of my upcoming podcasts is the growth potential inside of event organizing, and specifically in that niche. There's a ton of growth that's going to be occurring in the upcoming years and decades. So event planning doesn't only have to mean weddings and baby showers. There are other ways to grow your business or to have a business in this industry. So in short, HoneyBook is ideal for client-based businesses, where Eventeny is best for managing large-scale events with vendors and ticketing. Some event professionals can use both to handle different aspects of their business. It just comes down to what you're needing and how you're going to serve your platform. It all comes down to what you need and how you're planning on serving your clients. Both can make sense, specifically for those of you that are event organizers that are hired by brands and or companies that are paying you to organize that event. So that's the portion you would have with HoneyBook. But then when you're organizing the event, is going to then be on Eventeny. So it's not a either or, depending on what your business model is ultimately finding how do you do the things that you're needing to do in a streamlined way. And the price should not be an issue if we're pricing accordingly. All right, if you are new to hearing about Eventeny and you want to know something, comment below. I'll do some more videos about this platform coming up. And again, I just want to share with y'all more platforms that are intended to make your life easier as the event industry pros that you are. All right, that's it for today. Peace.